This is David Spiegel for NPHawks.com, here with Jamie Seward, head women's basketball coach here at New Paltz. Coach, 22-3, program record, most wins in a season. What's been special about this season so far?
We figured out ways to win games. I mean, usually when you have a 22-3 record, your margin of victory is more than 7 or 6 points or whatever it's been for us. So we've won a lot of close games, and hoping that is actually going to benefit us as we get into, do or die conference tournament basketball, where you generally are going to play close games, and hopefully that experience of not only playing but winning those kind of games will help us this weekend.
Now 22-3, also 16-2 in the conference, earned the top seed, and you're hosting the tournament. How big is it to play on your home court?
I think it's really big, particularly when you consider where we're located versus the rest of the league. The last couple years, we went to Geneseo a couple years ago. We went to Buff State last year. For all the teams in it, they're traveling an hour or 2 hours, and we're going 5-6 hours. So I think that making everybody have to come down here, that's a big benefit, and being able to play on our home court where we've had a good amount of success over the past 7 years, and haven't lost a whole lot of games here. So certainly that works in our favor, and hopefully we get a good crowd all decked out in white for our whiteout, and that'll help as well, and we'll be able to defend the home court and give them a good show.
How beneficial is it to have that first round bye?
I think this team, it's helped because we aren't necessarily that deep. We only have 12 on the roster, so I think giving us the opportunity to not have to prepare for a Tuesday game, and be able to kind of build our week of practice to be able to peak on game day. I think it's been nice.
Now, as a top seed in the league, you think high scoring team, and you are the second highest scoring team in the conference, but no individual scorer in the top 10 scoring, but you have 6 players above 6, 3 players above 9. How do you explain this, and how well does this team just spread the ball around?
I think that's been one of our greatest strengths this year, is our balance, not only in scoring but our overall balance, in that we have a lot of players who can do a lot of different things. And I think it makes it difficult for your opponent to prepare for you, because they can't say, all right, we got to shut down her or shut down her, because I'm sure teams have done that, and then somebody else has stepped up and had a big game. And I think also we've had seven kids who scored 18 or more in a game this year. So the averages may not be double digits, but we have kids that can go out there and get 20 on any given night. And I think that makes it difficult for an opponent to prepare for you, to try to defend you, because they don't know who the person is that they need to take away, because if they take away one, somebody else has generally stepped up.
Now, on Friday in the semifinal round, you host Plattsburgh. They went 15-11. They were also 10-8 in the conference. Beat them in both opportunities this year. Took them to overtime in their place and beat them, and then beat them pretty good, beat them by 12 points here. What do you look to see? What do you see in them coming to Friday, especially with some of their big games?
They're a good team. They're a very, very dangerous team. They have arguably the best point guard in the league. They have a couple kids who can shoot the ball from the perimeter. They got some size, and they get to the glass and can bang inside a little bit. So I think they're actually quite similar to us in their makeup, in the sense that they may have a couple of bigger scorers consistently, but I think as far as the overall balance of their team and their roster and how they like to play, I think is actually quite similar to us. So it's going to be a tough game. They've shown that over the last couple of weeks. They've won 6-7 in a row now, and have basically been playing playoff games for the last 2.5 weeks now, because they were on the outside looking in as of not very long ago, and needed to win out to even get into the tournament. So I think that urgency that they've been playing with, and that desperate mode of playing, has probably helped them to prepare for their game last night, and they've been playing those games, so they're quite used to it. For us, though, we've kind of been playing those games too, because we've been playing against teams that have been playing with their back against the wall and needing to win. So I think that's helped us as we've gotten ready for our now do or die, win and go home, win and go on, lose and go home game. So but they're a dangerous team. They're a very balanced team. They don't have any glaring weaknesses. So it's going to be a challenge on Friday for sure.
Now, your three seniors, Alex McCullough, Malik Fisher, Chrissy O'Brien, all have had really good seasons. Malik really peaking as of late, 3 straight double-doubles. Alex leading the team in scoring this year, and Kassir just all around playing really well, especially when others aren't. How important is it for them to play well this weekend?
Well, it's important for all your players to be on the same page with the mission at hand, and that's to go out there and do whatever needs to get done to get a win on Friday and give yourself a chance to play another day on Saturday. So, I think it's very important. Kassir's coming off an ankle injury, and she practiced for the first time yesterday, and I think she'll be all right by the weekend, which is certainly good news. And you're right, Malik has really played very well over the last couple weeks. Didn't have the greatest start to the season, but has really stepped it up and given us a big boost over the last month. So, I think that it's very important that they all play well. And but at the same time, we've had the type of team that when somebody hasn't played as well, somebody else has stepped up and picked them up. And if somebody's been injured, because we've had all 3 of them have missed games this year due to injuries. And so I think we've done a good job of being able to step up and pick up the slack when somebody doesn't have their best day, and ultimately that's what a team is. So, I think it's important that they play well, but at the same time, we're confident that somebody's going to step up and pick up the slack if that is indeed necessary.
What have you been telling your team all week to keep them focused and motivated?
Honestly, if you have to tell big, long motivational stories and speeches at this time of year, then it's probably going to be a short weekend for us anyway. They've been building towards this all year long. This was the goal to win the regular season and host a conference tournament from the beginning, and it was never to just get to that point. It was to then win it. So, now it's time. We put ourselves in a great position. Now it's time to finish the job.
Hey, great. Top-seeded New Paltz takes on 5th-seeded Plattsburgh, 8 p.m. at the Hawk Center on Friday. Thank you, Coach, and best of luck.
We're white. Be there Friday. Thanks.